Hey everyone, welcome back to Arcade Spirits. I'm Fatal Fox.
Hi. Hold on, I almost burped all over the microphone. Hi, I'm Owo.
And where we last left off, we got a job at this weird arcade, and who this old lady, who we're pretty sure is a witch, gave us the job, and now she's getting us over to where the prize desk is in the arcade. Let's continue.
How marvelous.
Welcome to your position, Bree.
Sitting here, you mean?
Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes.
I glanced at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display.
Well, for prizes, at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin lately, trying to fill in since the position was vacated.
If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting?
Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh, such a shame.
Poor dear, he wasn't cut out for this line of work. A grandson or no, I've no patience for such nonsense.
I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson?
Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all the administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all the talking's tired me out some. I'll be back in the office if you need me.
Okay then. I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then and there that this job would have been even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come, right? Any minute now. Dot dot dot. I craved the sweet embrace of death. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now and nobody's walked up to obtain a novelty funplex shot glass or a colored pencil set or a light up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I could start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope, just walking right on by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off of his tablet. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado. In fact... No.
Yeah.
Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in an arcade, he's sharp like a linoleum knife. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute. Who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? Pleased to meet you. I'm Bree. I am Francine. I had some work done, or I'm the new hire. Not that anybody wants prizes. Should I be nice to him?
I mean, I would be nice, but what would you do?
I'd do that. Because I don't know who... well, I mean, I know that he works here, but my character doesn't yet, so
Yeah.
that's what I would do. Hello, I'm Bree Cheese, your new hire. I'm looking forward to working with you. He relaxes somewhat on hearing that. Somewhat.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work the desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian and loves working the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So, she explained the job to you, gave you the papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle that stuff. Ugh. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling a headache coming on.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper. I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure you manage to keep having a business rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right, so as you've no doubt guessed, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes. But that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You're the floor attendant. You attend to the floor. What, the carpets?
Seriously?
The floor. The arcade, the games, the patrons. You're the one running around putting out fires and sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loved filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I am not a people person, as you have likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner, at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently has a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked at a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales? Smelly socks? You have no idea. Right, well, you know how to keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi, in that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy that retirement in peace. Understood?
Oh, he's got Libra energy.
Oh, definitely. He's absolutely a Libra. Which means he'll probably really like that. It's not my first... sorry. It's not my first explosive ordnance test. I've worked retail and food service, and I've worked as a lifeguard at a pool. Managing stress in difficult situations, even life or death ones, is something I've got experience in. You can rely on me. Gavin nods approvingly.
Oh yeah, he liked that.
Good. I like to hear that. If you can handle yourself and exercise good judgment, you'll last a hell of a lot longer than the guy who sat there. Last guy who sat there.
Stay clear and honest with me. Do your work, do it well. We'll get along swimming. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of what now? Gavin sighs again, a stress release gesture, but his expression softens somewhat afterwards.
I take it Francine told you her theory. That this is more than just a job. More than just an arcade.
That's my understanding?
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another. Me, I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, and you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
Yeah. See, he's the one that you do this one for, but...
That one seems more honest, though. Why?
Why? Yeah, but at the same time, like, this is like making a first impression with Gavin, so I want to say something that Gavin wants to hear, but it also needs to be honest. Fine. To be honest, I'm still sorting out why I'm here, what my dream is. But I'm not here to step on anyone else's dreams in the process. I'm here to do my best at supporting everyone. That's good to hear. I'd say we share similar views then. It'll be a pleasure to work with someone who's actually enthusiastic and competent. And hopefully this hive of weirdness will help you find your dreams along the way. Anyway, I need to go prepare your paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm here, since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I stick around? That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door there, the one next to the UFO catcher, the crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now, Gavin heads into the back, presumably to the office to go crunch some numbers. If Francine's really taking a nap back there, hopefully he's going to crunch quietly. Yeah, it's usually a quiet activity, dude. My first coworker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance. Anyway, I should go meet my next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned. Although I could swear Francine and I were the only ones here until now. A double door, also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe, leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area of some sort. I turn the handle and step inside. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of myth and legend. A girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks like an old tube-style monitor. Huh, I didn't realize they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air at the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me. For lack of a better way to interrupt her. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, burn her fingers or jump so high she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the shock's not quite that intense. Wink?
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
She said, with no apostrophe.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Bree Cheese. I'm the new floor attendant, starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text.
Whoops. Whoopsie doodle.
Oh.
She spares a glance at her phone and the nearby workbench where a huge stack of green notification messages lie in wait. Whoops. One thought comes to mind on actually seeing her. Ugh. I can't pick that one, but no wonder I didn't notice her until now. She was totally focused on the task at hand. That would have been your chance for a flirty first impression there, who had chosen that. Like, oh, she's cute, or whatever. It comes up right at these times. This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I could barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also why. But what I first noticed is her smile. Even when squinting to see the tiny components on that circuit board, even when laser focused, she was smiling happily.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
Really? What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Oh, right. She helps me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires. There's a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen inside one of these things. It's weird. Lots of empty space, a couple large slabs of circuits, and that beefy monitor. I'll admit, I don't know much of anything about how arcade games tick. I figured it was packed full of circuits and things. Naomi keeps working, using a pocket multimeter to check various connections as she speaks. It could be packed in tighter, like a bar top or a cocktail cab. I'd say uprights favor form over functionality.
Let me explain.
I mean, compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer American style. Ours have more room for art. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on the keyring at her side. Then she steps back to admire her handiwork. There's genuine joy in that smile, not just at a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing like it's a fine sculpture.
She's a Capricorn.
Oh yeah, probably.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art decals, the bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what on the what and the what artwork? With a sigh, Naomi points out key features to me. The strip art across the top with the game title, that's the marquee. The artwork that wraps around the monitor, that's the bezel. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is, working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel, its own experience. As for me, well, yeah, I fucking love arcade art. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, this box of wood and circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff. I think I understand. It was made to be one whole thing. The art, the style, and of course the game itself. All of it, part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it on an emulator or on a game console instead, it's made lesser. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful in its own way. Oh, good. Naomi lights up with joy like a pinball machine, all twinkly and shiny.
Woohoo!
Finally, so few people really understand the beauty of a classic arcade game. Having someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with that jerk Gavin running the numbers. Oh god. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong, I can get along with him, generally, but his whole attitude just... ooh.
Ugh.
All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, yeah, but I just know if he had it his way, he'd gut the whole place. If anybody's gonna ruin the Punplex, it's him. Mark my words, it's inevitable. Ugh, that doesn't sound right. He seemed easy enough to get along with, and what's more, Gavin gave me the whole speech about protecting their dreams. This looks like a pretty sore point here, a long-standing argument that the new person really shouldn't get involved with. And yet, I'm involved, aren't I? I have to work with both Naomi and Gavin. So, I'm not sure I should prod at it, but I kind of want to know too. I don't want to rock the boat, you know. Should I just let her keep talking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see... Maybe she'll talk out of it. Maybe she'll, like, realize it sounds dumb when she says it out loud or something. I just get so mad thinking about what evil money-minded schemes he's probably cooking up. No. Not gonna get worked up. Besides, it's not right of me to dump all this workplace gossip right on the head of the newbie. You seem like a good person, and you love arcade games like I do. Right, let's get back to work, shall we? Now for the less fun part. You seem like a strong, strapping kind of person. Well, a strong person at least. Well, you're a person. That's enough. I'm semi-insulted then? Okay, let's get to it. Right, a little to the left now. Right, a little to the left now.
Oh, cute, the claw moves.
My left. Oh, yeah. Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, almost got it.
Cute.
My left. You're right. Be careful. Now forward, right, correct. I mean, no, turn to the right. Keep it coming, and there. Carefully tip it into place. Victory! I gently eased the rolling dolly forward, the giant wooden box slotting into place alongside its neighbors. The two-wheeled dolly makes it easier, but hardly easy, especially with Naomi fretting over her baby getting scratched, or worse, falling over. But with the work done, she's all smiles again. Okay, glad to be done with that one. I swear, I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback, but... Thanks for helping me out, Bree. I think you're gonna do great out there. Happy to be... Oh, right, stomach growling, food required. Except... I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
You have pizza on a bagel.
Shut up. Shut up about the pizza on a bagel. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... no. Not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo Wub Sub sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need to eat healthy. Hey, I know. Wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying back from her hidey hole. Lunchtime, here you go. She presses a boxed lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles, and all sorts of good healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? And yet, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable with me. That escalated quickly. What'll you have for lunch then? Oh, I could just get some nachos from the vending machine or go hit the whole story next door. I've got a book delivery to pick up anyway. But you said eating healthy was important.
See ya.
See ya.
That's very Capricorn, do as I say, not as I do.
Right. I can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to go get some junk food instead. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for this arcade. She's got a love for these games, and it shows. And giving me her lunch, me, a total stranger, that's a kindness I don't know if I deserve, but I appreciate it all the same. So, a bento box. I've only seen these things in anime. It's cute, and hopefully has plenty of calories, too. Armed with a box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. The room where I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaned lunch. Oh my god. ... So, incoherent screaming, coherent screaming, or wait death.
I like number 1 and number 3. Which do you like?
With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? See? Nothing to be afraid of. You want to be Ashley?
Sure.
Okay. Ah, right. I see. See?
Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried. I scared the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over maybe?
I nod my head slowly, although that could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Bree.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret yet not so secret identity.
What the Funplex what now? This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was off to scale cheerful, and I've met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex after all.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Since today? This morning, to be specific.
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just enamored by the chibi flamingo character plastered on every wall that you had to know more, because, well, I'm a furry. You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right on up to the employee's only door. But how did you get in the door code?
Ooh.
Of course. You would have had to collect the password on a secret piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that the 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed.
Let's see.
Next, you needed to lie and wait for the opportune moment to punch that secret key code in just to find me.
it just keeps going and going.
I would definitely be in number one's bracket.
Yeah. Alright. The way she just takes an idea and runs with it, a lot of people might find that weird, but I kind of dig it. Shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something.
And how would you have snuck out, I wonder? I could have helped, but for a price.
Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple of minutes.
Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting.
Is it really that dull here?
No, not really. I just crave a different type of excitement than beeps and boops and screaming children and broken machines and...
You aren't really painting the best picture here.
Ah, jeez. I didn't mean to be such a downer. I just want to move up in the world. I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make.
Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles.
Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game character or TV persona. I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are.
Empowering? Really? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Definitely. Do you want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one.
I think Ashley is pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So, Pinky is your creation? Intentionally?
Yup. Pinky is my fursona. It looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it?
What I know about costuming you could print on the back of a matchbook, but clearly you know your stuff. It's interesting how everybody at this arcade has one thing they're super passionate about.
Thankies.
It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it.
That makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump or kids to be adored by.
Well, yeah, that's because I haven't been here yet, but secret between you and me?
Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glances around the room once, and then talks in a hushed tone.
I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off.
Huh. Limbs falling off seems bad.
Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5 or 6 max. Anyway, we were next to the Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and... whoosh! Off came the arm. The girl instantly started bawling.
Oof. Well, at least you're consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey... I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But enough about me. What about you? You're Carl's replacement?
I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attended the floor. The floor is the thing I am attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest.
At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure.
I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud.
I assume you've already met Francine, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet?
Yeah, I met them already, although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other.
Right.
Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh.
I wish they would just hurry up and make out already.
Yeah. Wait, what? Seriously? So are they going out? No.
No. But they always bicker like an old married couple. Classic game cliche. Classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Mark my words, Bree.
Consider them marked.
Beep beep.
Beep, 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 Bree.
You Well, that's you.
What's that sound?
Drat, I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat.
No.
That's no good. Bree needs their calories. You eat up. I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander on the floor a bit. Get to know the place.
Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me I don't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm about her art, or Ashley's got a lot going on in that head of hers. I just don't understand it at all. Ugh.
Yeah, the second one's so mean.
The way Ashley's whole expression changed when she talks about things she's passionate about just warms my heart. Her beaming energy just lights up the whole room. I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about something. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my workday began. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done, and late rising pros are headed out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure everything's a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my coworkers, good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation's going to be a must. I've had awful coworkers before, and they can really drag down your day. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time to get to all of them, but what should I tackle first? Alright, an irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, someone cursing up a storm at Fist of Discomfort, or a loud crowd around Showtime stage.
So, an irate customer sounds scarier than somebody just cussing, so maybe we should go there first.
Yeah. Alright. Let's do the irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all of 30 feet to the scene of the crime, already in progress.
Come on! Hurry the fuck up and finish your game! Do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier.
Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Bree, floor attendant.
Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this shit to wrap up his damn game so I can play.
Ashley's face is obscured behind her costume mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum.
You kick this fat piece of shit off of this game, and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want.
Figuring I ought to hear the fat piece of shit side of the story before rushing to a judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. And he doesn't even notice my tapping. So I tap again, twice. Do you wanna be, I forgot what his name is.
We'll find out
He's
his
got
name.
like sort of a
like a British
Aussie,
accent, right?
yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Sir, there are players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks at the game's marquee, thank you Naomi, which simply reads Moopy. You know the game's full name. Oh yeah, that's you.
You know the game's full name?
Sure, I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff?
Yeah.
A bit terse as he's laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or as this other guy would put it, holy shit, that's a fuck of a high score.
Excuse me.
Right, sir. Can you please wrap up your game?
No. I'm keeping good pace here. Plenty of lives stocked, on a par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen.
Somehow, the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in a British accent, like I'm watching some documentary program on the BBC. But it's not. It's like sounds more Aussie when he actually talks than British. But anyway, you'll see. Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Our folks want to play the games too. He finishes clearing the current board while pondering the predicament.
Alright.
At first, I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls $3,000 in cash and holds it out.
Will this cover it?
For a moment, I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in bed covered in money and, cover what exactly?
The cost of the game, of course. The game itself.
I've never seen this much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s. Dude's rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please.
On it!
Fortunately, Iris already has my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I key in. Customer wants to buy movie for $3K, what do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we paid $200 for it, plus parts? Yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how's Naomi gonna react to this? Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit? It also feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of a grasp on the real costs of old arcade game machines. I knew all of this workplace drama was going to catch up to me at some point, but with this rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. What do you think?
I mean, I would be number
Either way,
one.
Gavin's gonna be mad at me if I don't sell it. Naomi's gonna be mad at me if I do. He's gonna be mad at me if I just go with the basic option.
I was gonna say number one would be me, compulsive truther over here, but I mean, 3,000
maybe.
would benefit the store, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna see what happens if I pick this one. Because this sounds more like mine. I would be honest about it. Like, dude, no. $3,000 is way too much. It's an older game and actually cost us about $200. But, well, it's a part of the arcade, sir. I expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest at not getting his way. But he's smiling.
You're right. This is Mr. Moopy's home, after all. Let's compromise. I'll pay you $1,000 American and own the game, but you keep it here. And in return, I get to play as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way I can keep chasing the score, but your arcade stays whole. I'd hate to break up a loving family.
Right on. Naomi will be relieved to hear that. Even if Gavin may flay me for passing up $2,000.
Good. I hate to make Naomi cry. How could I live with myself? Oh, he's a Taurus.
Yes, definitely. Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we had been kind of ignoring that he exists. What the fuck, man? What kind of arcade is this? Bullshit. Fuck this. I'm going to Deco's Palace. And we just lost a customer, stomping his way out of the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, I just drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
Oh, it is pretty British.
Hmm.
A little Americanized, but...
Just wait. As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing. Eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. Take it from someone wallowing around in the lower tax brackets. The rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet, that's not what this guy did. He could have, but he let us keep the game. He just wanted to play, that's all. And why? Because of Naomi. Because of the Funplex. It's a home and a family for the games and for us. Maybe it's for the best I sent that rando out the door in favor of this guy. So, you know Naomi. He's happy to talk, even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant. I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
That's me, Brie Cheese, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you've seriously just been playing Moopy all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a movie cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
The beeps and boops?
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids. The feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real world conditions. It's all about the emotions. Laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
Naomi gets that. She keeps Moopy in top condition for the day I eventually land my high school.
What's the current world record then?
About 3.5 million.
This guy's been standing here since I was working the morning shift, hours and hours, and he's still only about 720k into his game. I can't imagine being in anything but top health condition to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder made of tungsten.
I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee.
Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning questions, they burn like fire. How is it he can afford this game? I don't think this is any of my fucking business.
I feel like all of this is very sumptuous.
Yeah. If you don't mind me commenting on it, that's a lot of money to just have on your person. What do you do for a living?
This and that.
He doesn't really seem to care to talk about his work. Not in a guarded way, it's just less interesting than his current maze. Maybe he's actually the head of an international diamond smuggling ring. They hide the stones inside arcade games.
Day trading.
Huh?
Day trading, stocks and bonds. Anybody can do it if they have the head for numbers. It's really nothing important.
Or maybe he's a day trader.
I think so.
I don't feel people are very defined by their work. I know arcade is home to those who made their passion into their work, but it's the passion that matters more to me. I have my passions, the same as anyone. I look forward to learning yours as well. When I'm not deep in the middle of a game, I mean.
He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should leave him be. I have to do a thing about a thing.
Be seeing you, mixed cheese.
Mixter.
Mixed cheese. Mixer?
Interesting. Mixter.
Mixer?
Mixter.
Mixed.
Like Mr. but with an X.
Oh,
Interesting.
I like mixed cheese.
Yet another weird encounter in a string of weird encounters. By the end, he sounded more like the high-score junkies you only hear about in documentaries. Obsessed, driven, kind of strange. But that's not the impression I had of him from the beginning. He smiled when talking about not splitting up the arcade. There's something more going on here, but well, he's a Funplex regular. There'll be plenty of time to learn more later. I've got work to do. Let's see, what should I handle next? And I think we'll go ahead and wrap this chapter 1 up in the next episode.
Yeah, let's find out what happens next then.
Yeah, so we'll probably vote in the comments below whether we do someone cursing up a storm at a fist of discomfort or a loud crowd running around Showtime stage. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.